Hey guys, Soccer from sakitech, and in today's video what we have the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge right over here. We are going to unbox it, do a full tour and a detailed review. So let's dive in and get started right away. So here's the box. Let's lift it up and see what's inside. So as I lift the box, we have the phone right inside. Now this one over here is the titanium silver color, as you can see. Now this happens to be my favorite color, but we do have a total of 3 colors. Let's look at those really quickly and the pricing. And of course, before we continue, there's going to be one more box in over here. So we're going to remove that, and in that box, we have the usual. We have the little SIM ejector tool, as you can see. Okay, we have a quick start guide. All right. And we have a USB Type-C cable. Okay, this is the usual stuff you get with all these phones. We do have 3 color options: titanium silver, icy blue, and jet black. You can see them all side by side. These are nice, mature colors. So pricing starts at $1,099.99. That's going to be for the 256 gigabyte model, which has 12 gigabytes of RAM. If you want higher storage, you can get the 512 gigabyte model for $1,219.99. Again, with 12 gigabytes of RAM. There is no 1 terabyte option. Now real quick guys, if you decide to buy the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge, make sure to use my exclusive links down below. That will get you some powerful benefits. First, you get free $50 Samsung credit. That's just free money. You get free double storage. So get the 512 gigabyte model for the price of 256 gigabyte model. And finally, get the highest trade-in values for your older smartphone. Those links are going to be down below. This is going to be a limited time deal, and you're not going to find this anywhere else. Let's move on. All right, so here we have the phone. Let's do a quick tour. And of course, this is a super light phone and super thin. Only 5.8 millimeters thin. Let me show that to you. Okay. And only 163 grams, much lighter than the S25 Ultra. Now on the back here, what we have Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which is the same build as the S25 Ultra on the back. On the side, the edges, the frame of the device, all this stuff here is matte titanium grade 5. So that is also the same as the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now let's quickly talk about the cameras. So we have a 200 megapixel camera right over here. That's the main camera. That's the same camera you find on the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. And right over here, we have the 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. So here's what happened. They took the 200 megapixel camera from the S25 Ultra, which is right here. They took this camera and they put it right here on the S25 Edge. And this here is the S25 Plus, and what they did was they took the 12 megapixel ultra wide camera and they put that right over here. But as you can see, the S25 Edge does not have a telephoto camera, but it does have flagship cameras. You can also see how much thinner it is, even than the S25 Plus, which is great. And let's do a comparison with the S25 Ultra. And then again, you can see much thinner than the S25 Ultra. Now you can see on this side, we have the volume rocker and the power button, the side button. At the bottom, of course, we don't have an S Pen, but we do have a bottom firing speaker. We have the USB Type-C port, as you can see, and we have the SIM card tray. On this side, there's nothing. On the top, we've got 2 microphones, and that's about it. Of course, on the front, what we have is, you can see the reflection of my finger perfectly. We have the Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2, okay? So that's going to be exactly the same as the S25 Ultra as far as durability and scratch resistance is concerned. But it's not going to have the same anti-reflective properties like the S25 Ultra. I'm going to show that to you in a little bit. All right, so let's fire this up and see what is going on with the software. All right, so here we have it. You can see we have the One UI 7.0 welcome screen. I'm going to tap on Start. That takes me to the setup screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in. I'm going to go straight into the home screen so we can dive into the features. All right, so here we have it. We have the home screen. Real quick, let's look at some of the specs. So I'm going to go to my settings. So let's talk about the display. We do have a 6.7-inch display. It does have a peak brightness of 2,600 nits. Okay, so that is fantastic. Let me just disable the adaptive brightness. So it's going to be a super bright display, easy to see in bright conditions. And if I go down over here, you can see we have 120 Hz refresh rate. It is an adaptive rate, so it's high quality. We can also do 60 or 120 based on your needs. You can also see if I go down, we have a QHD plus resolution. Of course, I can choose between the options I want. Out of the box, it comes set to FHD plus, so we're going to keep it right here, okay? And of course, all the software features of the display that you find on any other Samsung device is going to be here. The only thing is, because this is ceramic too, it's not going to have the anti-reflective properties like the S25 Ultra that has a coating on it to reduce glare. So that's just going to be one step above. This is the same thing you get on the S25 and the S25 Plus. So that is the display statistics. Let's pinch the screen, see what we have as wallpapers. Should be the same. So change wallpapers. As you can see, we have a bunch of stock wallpapers, the same as any other wallpaper. If I tap on this one, I can tap on next, and I can choose the variations of the wallpaper as far as colors are concerned. We have a nice black one over here. Okay, I'm going to keep it right here. I like this premium color, so to speak. Now, if I go into my settings again, and if I go over to my device care, we already talked about this, but this one has a 256 gigabyte storage, which you can get it at 512 gigabytes if you want. There is no 1 terabyte option. And of course, any one of these phones that you buy is going to have 12 gigabytes of memory, which is great. That's going to give you fantastic performance. We have some performance profiles over here. This is all software stuff. Talking about software, if I go to my About phone, and if I tap on software information right here, you can see One UI 7, Android 15. And of course, this is going to be one of the first phones to get One UI 8 when it comes later this year. Now, when it comes to biometrics and security, we have the same options. We have face recognition using the front 12 megapixel camera, and we have the fingerprint, which I have added. So let's test that real quick. It is an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, so it works super fast, just like any other S25 series phone. Let's do that one more time. Look at that, instantaneous. One more time. There we go. Perfect. Also, big thing, Galaxy AI. Nothing is missing here. So here's an S25 Ultra. I'm just going to go into the settings really quickly to show you guys that everything is still the same. Okay, settings. Let's go back here. You can see all exact same stuff. Okay, nothing new, nothing missing. Obviously, the only thing that's going to be missing is when you go to advanced features, you're not going to have the S Pen menu, but that is normal. Okay, but when we look at the Galaxy AI, again, all the Galaxy AI features are present in both of these phones, which is great. These are premium phones, so we should have all the features, all the latest features, as you can see, exact same thing. Fantastic, all right? All right, so let's look at the speakers. We do have stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos. So I'm going to go to my settings real quick right over here. And I'm going to go over to my sounds and vibration. And under sound quality and effects, we do have the Dolby Atmos, which is enabled right now. I'm going to go inside. It's on auto mode. Let's choose music and have you listen to a sample. It is stereo speakers. So let's go over here and let's play some music for 30 seconds. Now let's try another song here. All right, so it is loud and it's very rich, but it's not going to be as loud and high quality as the S25 Ultra. And that is again because of the smaller frame, they did have to take out some of it away. But it's still a very high quality sound. All right, let's talk about the battery. That's one of the big deals. So we do have a 3900 milliamp hours battery. Let's go over here to device care. I'm going to tap on the battery. We just got this phone in, so it is still learning the patterns of the usage to give me an estimate for how long it's going to last after a full charge. So based on the information that we have so far, according to Samsung, it is going to last a full day of use after a full charge. You might even get some extra leftovers for the day after, but it's not going to be again as crazy as the S25 Ultra because that is 5000 milliamp hours and the screen is only 0.2 inches larger. So that lasts you 1 day, 1.5 days, almost 2 days. This one guaranteed to last you 1 day and maybe a little bit extra, but at least you get that 1 day. You still get all the wireless charging features. So as you can see, I have the wireless power share. So if I enable this, I can charge other devices on the back of my S25 Edge, like my Samsung Galaxy Buds or whatever. I can charge this on the back of this phone. Obviously, we also have wireless charging, which is great that they were able to put that into this small form factor. I was scared that they might take it away, but it is there. And you can see we also have fast charging and fast wireless charging. Now, it's not going to have the 45 watt charging. The maximum on this one is going to be 25 watt charging. But it's going to be more than enough to get this from 0 to 100 in less than an hour because the battery is small. So that's the story with the battery. And of course, we have the Gemini assistant that activates when you press the side button. Let me just show that to you in the software real quick. A very important feature. So if I go to my advanced features and if I go to my side button, you can see long press brings the digital assistant, which is set to be Google. And if I tap it, tap the settings, that's the only one that's available, which is going to be Gemini, or I can do Bixby, but I prefer Gemini over Bixby, obviously. So press and hold, and when you do it for the first time, it appears here, but it starts working right away. You can see it is recognizing what I'm saying, no problem, okay? It can get you answers on anything. So if you had your phone like this, you press and hold. Give me a quick summary of quantum physics in about 100 words. So it's doing its thing. It says just a second, and it gets me a quick summary I can read through. Of course, that's a low-level example, but you can do anything with this. So that's the AI assistant. All right, so that brings us to the end of this video. We looked at just about everything. So the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge overall is a solid smartphone. Again, Snapdragon X Elite processor for the latest performance. It is smooth as butter. There's no question about that. The main point of this phone is the fact that it is ultra thin and ultra light, and it still gets you a flagship experience minus a few ultra features like the S Pen, like a large battery, and an extra telephoto camera. If you're not interested in any of those things, this is a great phone. It's so thin and so easy to handle and hold. According to Samsung, there's a lot of people that are actually looking for something like this that doesn't have the bulk, doesn't have all the extreme features, but it gets you a flagship experience in this nice thin form factor. Of course, if you want the Ultra, then you spend additional $200 and you get the S25 Ultra and you get the extras I mentioned. But if you don't care about those, you want this thin slice of technology, you got it. It's available. Like I mentioned, the links to buy it are going to be down below. There are some exclusive benefits during the pre-order phase. But any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below. Let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day.